Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us start the discussion of symmetric algorithms, guys. Okay, symmetric algorithms. Okay, symmetric key algorithms to be specific, right? Yes. Okay. So here we are discussing about cryptographic algorithms, guys. Cryptographic algorithms are divided to two types: symmetric and asymmetric key algorithms, guys. So symmetric key, from the name only you can say symmetric means both the keys are the same keys. So to lock it, you'll be using the same key, and to unlock it also, you'll be using the same key, right? Yes. So a symmetric algorithm is also known as a secret key algorithm that uses the same key for both the encryption and decryption. Okay. So let us go through one popular algorithm in this lecture, guys. That is nothing but a DES, guys. Okay. That is a data encryption standard. Okay. So guys, there are multiple algorithms, guys, but rarely we will be getting a question directly from algorithms. But just if you understand the diagram or the flow of the execution, you can just blindly you can write the answer, guys. There is nothing to remember in this. So that is the reason why I'm saying that please go through these videos just once. Okay, you can remember all the concepts, guys. That much easy these are, right? Just understand the flow. Like if you get the idea like how it is working, it's done. It will be more than enough for you. Okay. Yes. So data encryption standard DES is a shared block, is a key block cipher. Okay, so DES was developed under the contract to NIST. So basically most of the encryption algorithms were under this only, guys. That is nothing but National Institute of Standards and Technology by IBM. Okay, here. Okay, I think the image is clear, right? So this is the flow, guys. Okay, yes. So basically just observe this thing, guys. So we will be having a minimum of 16 rounds, guys. So a single operation, round operation will be done 16 times on the data, and at the end we will be getting our cipher text, guys. Okay, yes. So initially we will be starting with a 64-bit plain text, means our text. So basically assume that you just wrote two letters, guys. Assume that each letter is a bit. Okay, just for assumption, guys. Basically it will be of 8 bytes or something. Sorry, it will be 8 bits or 1 byte or something, but I am just taking it as a single bit for now. Okay, yes. So basically if we told 64 bits and you are filling only 2 bits, means indirectly 62 bits are empty, right? So can you pass it? No. So in 62 bits you will be keeping zeros or ones. Basically you stating that it is empty, right? Yes. So here the input of the plain text should be 64 bits. Similarly, the initial key which you are going to lock it, you will be using the exact 64 bits, guys. This will also be of 64 bits. Okay, yes. So first, which flow shall we check, guys? So first we will be checking about the initial key, and we will be checking parallelly the plain text, guys. That will be easy. Okay, yes. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so initially our plain text, assume that it is ABCD, guys. Okay, so it is 64 bits, right? So it will be passed into initial permutation. So basically permutations are nothing but you will be just jumbling the words, guys. That's it, simple. Okay, there will be no particular order, and you'll be shuffling them, right? Yes. So once you shuffle them, will there be any reduction in the number, guys, of bits? No. So here you started with 64, and here also you'll be getting 64, guys. Whenever here they give an arrow, so it indicates that there are multiple lines and the number of lines will be written here. Okay, so this is the number of lines. There are 64 lines like this, guys. So for that we'll be using this and the number. So if it is 52, it will be 52, like that. Okay, got it? Yes. Let us continue. Okay, so initially you will be permutating them and you are ready for the round one, guys. Okay, yes. Whereas coming to the other side, initial key will be there, right? It will be of 64 bits. You will be passing to PC1, guys. This is one of the most important component, you can say. That is nothing but permuted choice, guys. So basically whatever you give input to this, so if it is a n bits, it will eat away, or it will take 8 bits and give you the result n minus 8, guys. Okay, so if you observe here we gave the input as 64, but the output we got is 56. So indirectly 8 bits have been eaten by this, right? Yes. Okay, and you got the output. So basically this output you will be doing the left shift operation, guys. So you might be confusing that what is this left shift. So assume there are something 101. So left shift means we are moving this side, right? So 1 bit will be moved this side. So if it is a 1 bit left shift, so the result will be 1 0 1 in this way after 1 left shift, guys. Okay, yes. So in that way, based on the round number, this left shift might depend. So commonly it will be saying that in a left shift, round 1 will be taking 1 left shift. in left shift, in second round we'll be taking 2, in third round 3, in fourth round 4, like that. It depends completely on the round number, okay. And once this shifting is done, we will be again getting 56 only, because we are not reducing any kind of bits. Again we'll be passing this to PC2, guys. This PC2 is nothing but the permutated choice 2, okay. So this is the second time we are doing. So here we are having parallelly, we are having, and each of every one will be reducing 8 bits again. So 56 will become 48. Now round 1 operation will be done on these two, like 64 bits of a plain text and 48 bits of a key, okay. And round 1 will be done, and that result will be passed to round 2, and this process will continue. And at the end of the 16th round, you will be getting the result as 64 bits, right? Yes. So again, you will be doing some permutation and combination. You will be just combining them all, and you will be at the end, you will be saying that is the ciphertext. Okay. Yes. So this is the complete flow diagram, guys. So even inside this round, there are multiple operations. So if you want me to show, this is the operation, guys. Okay. So these are the operations which will be happening. So if you recall, on the data side we are having 64 bits, whereas on the other side we are having only 48 bits, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. So I think it is something mistake. Just give me a second. I think here 28 plus 28 should be 56, right? Okay. So I think before permutation and combination, this should be there. Okay. So just to cross check, guys, once again, because I took this from the textbook only, I think so. Okay, so I think it should be correct. Okay, so basically some number of bits will be coming, guys. So according to my assumption, it should be 24 bits. Okay. Okay, so 24 bits will be coming, and again left shift operation will be done. Again these will be combined with the previous values. Okay. Okay, and again these values will be passed, and XOR operation will be done. Okay, so basically at the end you will be getting again the string, guys. So basically inside this each round, these many operations will be done, guys. Okay. Guys, I'm not explaining it in detail, because I'm also a bit confused with this concept, guys. Okay. Yes. So if you want me to give you an overview on this, so I'll be giving you. So basically each and every time when the data is passing, guys, so in each phase you'll be dividing this inside round, you'll be dividing into 2 parts, guys. So that is the reason why you got 2 parts here, left part, right part, left part, right part. Okay. Yes. So on data, on left part you will not do any operation, guys, whereas on right part you will be doing operations. Okay, so here we are doing some E table and S box. I don't know exactly what they are doing, guys. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, and we'll be doing here XOR with this permutation combination one. Okay, PC2 result. Okay, here is this PC2, guys. So basically this input should be 58 only. It should be 48 only. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it should be 56 only, right? 28 plus 28. Okay, so here PC2, this will combine with this XOR operation, guys. This is XOR operation, and we'll be getting S box, and again you'll be permutating it, and again you'll be doing XOR with this to get the result. Okay. Yes. So in this way it will be doing, guys. Okay. So I hope everyone got some basic idea, right? Yes. So now let us go through the points. So initially the plain text is of 64 bits length. Okay. The key is also 64 bit length. Exactly. Plain text is passed through the initial permutation just as shuffling the bits. Okay. So PC1, permutated choice 1, discards 8 bits from the key, guys. There is no rule that the first 8 bits or the last 8 bits will be lost. The bits could be randomly lost. Okay. So based on the round numbers, key is left shifted circularly, left shift is applied. Okay, at each round some specific logic will be there, guys. Okay, so hence after all 16 rounds we get the 64 bit data. Okay, so then we finally permutate it, and hence we conclude it as ciphertext. Okay, so basically on the receiver side the exact reverse process will be done, guys. Okay, so again the same process will continue to get the original text. That's it. Okay, so I hope everyone got some basic idea at least about the symmetric key algorithms, and we discussed about DES, right? Yes. So I hope everyone got a clear idea. So in the next lecture we'll be going through the concept of double DES and a triple DES, guys. Okay, so let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thanks for watching.